What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you guys didn't know or are new here, I am based locally here in Thailand, Phuket to be more specific. Honestly, today we're kind of testing out the audio on the new mic and the helmet and stuff, but the mission for today, it really is to kind of speak about the different unspoken rules and I guess like the laws that are kind of weird and wonky in Thailand. Here we are merging onto this right here. A lot of people will just stop there, but technically you're not supposed to stop. However, it's very hard to just merge, especially if you have a car. Even a bike, it's very hard to just merge. People don't really like expect you to merge. It's funny though, it's funny that like I believe the law here is the same as in like America, where the person that's going straight or is on the main road has the right of way. However, not many people like follow that rule. So you'll notice a lot of times, like for example, this guy here, he might just randomly come out, right? And it's like, whoa man, what the heck? But like reality is you would stop, right? If you're coming, you're not on the main road, you're the one that should be yielding. But in fact, it's not the case here. Some other things that I've been actually talking to people on Instagram about that also ride here, they're foreigners and stuff like that. The issue isn't really a lot of Thai people, the issue is a lot of foreigners are here in Phuket, and oftentimes they don't actually know how to ride a bike nor a scooter, and they come here and they rent a bike and basically just don't know how to control it and don't know what they should do and what they shouldn't do. But one of the main things to make sure you guys understand is that here in Thailand, they got the mentality of like, whatever is in front of you, you need to worry about, and whatever behind you is their problem, not your problem. Now, is that like 100% 10 out of 10? No, I would not recommend to have that mindset always, because, you know, you might end up, you know, getting hit or whatever. But mainly speaking, or generally speaking, I mean, that is kind of the mentality everybody has. So you try to keep everything and everybody that's in front of you, you know, like you basically try to keep yourself from rear-ending someone, and the idea is they don't rear-end you, because here the insurance will 99.99% will fault the person who rear-ended, which is, you know, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I think America is like that too. But here it's even more extreme, where they don't really even care. Like the person in front of you might just randomly decide to hit the brakes because a dog like crossed the street or something like that, or you know, a kid was going across the street or something, and the person in front of you hit the brakes and locked up. Then you rear-ended them. They're gonna say that you're at fault for rear-ending them because you didn't give enough space and all of that. So yeah, be careful. Honking culture is also not very big here. I know there's other places like India and I think even Philippines maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do remember when I was there in Philippines, they kind of liked honking as a way of saying like, hey, I'm here. But in Thailand, we're more like Americanized in that way of like, we don't honk. If we do honk, it's like one honk, and that's like a, oh, hey, I'm here. Like a quick, you know. Speaking of honking, that's a van trying to say, hey, I'm here. But you know, if he was to do it again, probably would cause some issues, some problems. So yeah. So this is an intersection here of Lotus in Phuket. It's a very big intersection. Because you can go from Katu area, you can go from the bypass area, which is kind of basically where you come from if you were headed towards here from Cherntale, Talang area, or the airport, which is like Mai Khao area. And it also goes through to Chalong area. But today we're coming here into the Samgong area, which is pretty famous for Chiwa market, which we won't actually pass, but we'll get very close to it. It's actually, there's a Chiwa's 2, which is over here. They're renovating it right now currently. It's our left here. But yeah, Chiva, the main Chiva, which is like a very, very popular night market where a lot of foreigners will come and check out, is just right past these lights. But again, we're not gonna pass that today. We're gonna take a left. And another thing that's very popular here, I don't know if you guys can see in the distance on the camera, but it's Bangkok Hospital. The main Bangkok Hospital is here in Samgong. Oh, that's the Mala place? That's the Mala? Ah, okay. So that's the Mala place that we're probably gonna go to in a second here. But we actually got to go grab some more things. But on the way, let me explain some more things. You know, it's always a common rule or unspoken rule to not really pass on the left-hand side. By the way, Thailand, we ride on the left side, you know, versus like in America where we'll ride on the right side. So everything's kind of back and forth. So I guess in America you wouldn't pass on the right side, but here you wouldn't pass on the left. However, people do, and like I often also do pass. But you can see this guy here, it's a solid yellow line, and he passed on the right, you know, to cross over into the other lane, and it's just kind of like a normal thing. And of course everybody trying to get out of the way and all that stuff if a car comes, blah blah blah. Or the other way is going and passing a car, like a slow car like this in front of us on the left side, like this Grab rider is probably gonna do. Maybe, I don't know. We kind of also kind of do a filter. It's because it's legal to filter here. But if you are trying to pass on the left hand side, just make sure you're watching the car in front of you very, very closely, because sometimes, you know, they might just turn on their left turn signal and decide to turn into a parking lot or something. And I think that's anywhere you go, it's kind of like that. Oh, that's a nice X-Mac. By the way, I didn't know if I told you guys yet, but I'm on the Zontes 368D. I don't think Americans have it yet. UK, I also don't think has it yet. I don't know, maybe. It's a very, very new brand here. Oh, gotta hit the brakes, sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening all the time on the roads of Phuket. And honestly, it doesn't make for great riding, but definitely very fun for doing videos like this because there's something happening all the time. Later on in the channel's future, we'll basically be going out into Phanga area, which you'll notice the roads get really nice and empty. There's not a lot of cars over there. That's a nice noodle restaurant. So here we are in the area of wait, hold on, let me ask my wife. Yeah. What is the area we're in? This area? This is still Samkong? Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess she said this is still Samkong here. There's a nice lotus. Look at this. So this is something that you'll find often as well, is these just yellows. It's like blinking yellow lights that, like, man, this intersection should have lights, right? And there are lights, but for some reason they decided to just make it a blinking yellow. And it actually happens a lot. And it's really bad because they're major intersections. There's one that's around 9 p.m. near our condo. It's a very big four-way intersection, and it'll just blink. It's crazy because the amount of chaos and like things like that could go wrong there could go wrong. I mean, it's so, I don't know how to explain it. It's just very chaotic. I hope I can film it for you guys eventually. But it's like 9 p.m. like 8 p.m. 9 p.m. is already like the blinking yellows, but during the normal day it'll be a normal street light. So yeah, I don't know why they do that. Maybe they're trying to save costs, or maybe think it's better like flow, or I don't know. I really don't know. Something that's a little different from America, or at least in California, where I'm from, is that here they do everything by a number for the lights. So, you know, there'll be a number set on the countdown, and once that number is you know, hits 0, then you go basically, right? But you know, in California where I'm from, it is that we have sensors, so there could be a time where something just stays green the whole time because, well, there's nobody else. I mean, there's pros and cons to both systems in my opinion. Here it works pretty well, but you also got to be careful because a lot of people, because there is a countdown, a lot of people will prepare or maybe even leave the intersection earlier. Okay, I'm gonna turn in here. Oh, we gotta speak to the guard. Okay, we gotta give the ID. A lot of places have a thing to give ID. Oh. Okay, I guess no ID. What the heck? Here or over there? Alright, I guess I'll talk about the bike a little bit. So again, this is a Zontes 368D. It has 368 cc's, automatic CVT transmission, and 368 cc, so around 35 horsepower. It does its job really well. I come from having like a cafe style little 200 cc's that was quite heavy for its cc's in power. So we really enjoy it so far. We're basically transforming it, installing a bunch of stuff to make it touring. So far, you guys probably see right here, it's a bigger windshield. I also got like a mount here. I got my camera mounts. My wife has like a backrest with a box, a bike box. There you go, bike box. So she really likes that. She also bought a little cushion for her back. I don't know if she's using it right now, but yeah, she really enjoys it. Every time we go out into Phang or anywhere far, she'll feel like she's like about to fall asleep. So she's always joking about getting a little seat belt or something that, you know, can connect her and me together in case she does fall asleep. And yeah, it's really fun. Probably one of the best and fastest bikes in this class, which is 350. Ooh, I'm gonna try to not get hit by this car here. A lot of car drivers will drive kind of strange too, so you gotta really be aware of that. I don't know how to explain that. You kind of just have to understand. But that being said, we also need to be driving smartly, not like what I'm doing right now. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, yeah, Phuket isn't the best place to like ride and, you know, have a nice long ride. There's a lot of lights, a lot of cars, a lot of people driving crazy, a lot of foreigners. Eventually I'll also take you guys to Old Town. Maybe not today, but I can speak about it, which is you have to be aware that in Old Town Phuket there is actually laws or signs, not laws. I mean, I think it is a law, but it's just particularly for that area. They'll shut down parking for one side on certain days, and usually it's like flip-flop. It's like one day is like the left side, one day is the right side. So if you notice, you go to Old Town and you're like parking, you're like, oh, that's crazy, there's a bunch of parking on this side. It's not that day's parking there, so just be careful, because the police love to give you a fine or a ticket for parking there. Also, speaking of parking, red and white color like sidewalk paint, that is basically means don't park. I think it's the same as maybe like just our red in America. And then black and white is okay, and I think they have a loading zone too. Black and white is okay for parking, and they have a loading zone which is usually like yellow or green or something like that. It's yellow light that's blinking again, if you guys can see that. Good job, you. Well, I don't know, you guys, it's just another style video that I decided to make. Maybe I'll make a more professional style video eventually if you guys want. This is basically all that I can think of right now off the top of my head, of riding a motorcycle here in Phuket for the last 2 years. So I hope you guys at least enjoyed this fun POV ride as I explain some funny laws or unspoken rules here in Phuket. But we're basically here at our spot. Whoa. Okay, well, I should just turn left there. Okay, we'll probably pull in here. Alright, you can get off first, babe. Cool. Alright, guys, if you like, make sure to like and let me know if you guys have any questions, as we'll probably do more videos like this with more information.